Welcome back to our channel. Dedicated to rare coins in U.S. history today, we are exploring the world of Roosevelt dimes, one of America's most beloved coins. Despite their small size, some of these coins have reached astonishing values in the collector's market, reaching thousands and even millions of dollars in rare cases. We will show you the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever minted, explain what makes them so special, and guide you through the history and minting details that make collectors eager to own them. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or simply curious about rare U.S. coins, this video will give you a closer look at the incredible market value of Roosevelt dimes today. Let's get started. First up, the 1970 Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of United States coinage that has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists for decades. As one examines this coin, it is easy to appreciate the meticulous craftsmanship and the historical significance behind its design, which features the iconic profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side, a leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and the Second World War. His visage on the dime represents not only his enduring legacy but also the resilience and spirit of the American people during a challenging era. The coin's reverse side showcases a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, elements that resonate with the values of the nation and that make this coin more than just currency but a piece of art and history. The 1970 Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, denoted by the small d mint mark, is part of a long-running series that began in 1946, shortly after Roosevelt's passing, and the coin carries with it the story of a post-war America that was entering a period of economic growth and social change. During this time, dimes were an essential part of everyday transactions, and yet many of these coins have survived in collections due to the care of those who recognize their historical and numismatic value. The fine condition of this particular 1970 Roosevelt dime indicates light wear from circulation but retains most of its intricate details, making it highly desirable to collectors who seek coins that balance affordability with historical significance. The historical context of the 1970 Roosevelt dime is particularly compelling as it was minted during a period of significant events in United States history. The Vietnam War was ongoing, and the country was experiencing social upheaval and cultural transformation. The coin serves as a tangible connection to this era, representing a time when Americans carried these coins in their pockets during moments of change and uncertainty. It is a reminder of the everyday life and economic reality of the time, and for collectors holding this coin, it is almost like holding a small piece of living history that has survived more than half a century. From a numismatic perspective, the 1970 Roosevelt dime has several attributes that make it interesting to collectors. The coin is composed primarily of a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, giving it durability and a distinct look and feel that differs from older silver dimes. The obverse, design by John Arsenic, remains sharp even in fine condition, and the mint mark placement at the lower right of the torch on the reverse side helps collectors identify its origin and understand the production history of the Denver Mint. In 1970, the coin's mintage numbers were substantial yet not overwhelming, which adds a subtle rarity factor, especially when one seeks coins in above-average condition. The market value of a 1970 Roosevelt dime in fine condition varies depending on demand, collector interest, and the specific grading of the coin. Generally, coins in fine condition are valued modestly, but still significantly higher than their face value for everyday transactions. These coins may sell for a few dollars to a small premium above the standard collectible price. The value increases when the coin displays exceptional luster, minimal wear, or any unique die variations that are sometimes discovered by astute collectors, making it a coin that is both accessible to new collectors and interesting enough to hold the attention of seasoned numismatists. Collectors often appreciate the 1970 Roosevelt dime not only for its physical attributes but also for the story it tells about American coinage in the late 20th century. The coin is a reflection of the Denver Mint's production capabilities and the standardization of coinage following the post-war era. It represents a bridge between older silver dimes and modern clad coins, highlighting the shift in materials while maintaining a continuity of design that honors a beloved president. This continuity and attention to detail are aspects that make Roosevelt dimes a favorite among those who enjoy collecting series over many decades. For those interested in the finer points of coin collecting, the 1970 Roosevelt dime offers opportunities to learn about grading techniques and preservation methods. Understanding how to evaluate the coins where patterns and surface quality can help collectors distinguish between fine and very fine grades, which can affect both enjoyment and market value. Storage techniques such as protective sleeves and careful handling ensure that the coin retains its quality over time, allowing future generations to appreciate it as much as the original owners did, and in this way the coin becomes more than currency. It becomes a tangible link to history and culture. In the context of coin collecting trends, the 1970 Roosevelt dime has maintained steady interest among collectors because it strikes a balance between affordability and historical significance. It is not so rare as to be inaccessible, and yet it is old enough to offer a sense of nostalgia and connection to the past. This makes it an ideal coin for both beginning collectors who are building their first collection and for Experienced numismatists seeking to complete a chronological set of Roosevelt dimes from the 1940s through the 1970s. The Denver Mint mark adds an additional layer of specificity for those who seek coins from different production facilities and enjoy comparing subtle differences in strikes and finishes. The educational value of the 1970 Roosevelt dime should not be underestimated for students of history, economics, and art. The coin illustrates aspects of U.S. history, culture, and even metallurgy. The design choices reflect artistic trends and political sentiment of the mid-20th century, while the coin's composition and wear patterns provide insights into industrial processes and daily life. In 1970, the coin could be used as a teaching tool in classrooms, or as a conversation starter for those interested in understanding the interconnectedness of currency design, history, and social context, and in this way it transcends its monetary function to become an object of curiosity and learning. As a collectible, the 1970 Roosevelt dime continues to resonate with people around the world. It serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of President Roosevelt and the values he championed. The coin's modest size belies its historical significance, and the fine condition of the Denver minted example makes it a rewarding piece for any collection, whether displayed in a cabinet used for educational purposes or simply admired for its craftsmanship. The ongoing interest in these coins ensures that they will remain a part of numismatic culture for generations to come, and that the story of Roosevelt and his dime will continue to be told through the careful preservation and study of each surviving coin. In conclusion, the 1970 Roosevelt dime with the Denver Mint mark in fine condition is more than just a piece of currency. It is a piece of history, a work of art, and a collectible that embodies the spirit of the United States in the 20th century. It connects collectors to a past era, offers lessons in history and numismatics, and provides a tangible link to the legacy of one of America's most influential presidents. Its enduring appeal lies in its accessibility, historical context, and aesthetic design, making it a coin that continues to captivate enthusiasts and preserve the story of Roosevelt for future generations. Next up, the 1984 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark is a fascinating piece of American coinage that represents decades of history and craftsmanship. This one-dime coin is part of the long-standing Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a pivotal role in shaping modern America. The dime features the familiar profile of Roosevelt on the obverse with intricate details that highlight the artistry of the era, while the reverse displays a torch flanked by olive and oak branches symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, which makes it more than just currency but a piece of history that continues to captivate collectors today. The D Mint mark on this 1984 dime indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, which has been responsible for producing billions of coins over the years, but the 1984 issue stands out because of its particular historical context. The early 1980s were a time of economic change in the United States, and coin collectors were increasingly interested in coins from this period because they represented both a continuation of traditional designs and a snapshot of contemporary America. The Roosevelt dime series itself had already achieved iconic status by this time, making the 1984 D Mint mark coins desirable to those who study American numismatics. In good condition, the 1984 D Roosevelt dime shows a well-preserved surface with clear details on Roosevelt's profile, and the reverse symbols. The term good condition in numismatic circles generally refers to a coin that has seen circulation but retains its basic design and is free from major damage or corrosion. Collectors often seek coins in better than average condition from this year because wear can significantly impact value even for coins that are not considered extremely rare. The tactile feel of the coin and the way it catches the light often reveals subtle details that connect the holder to the history of the United States. The historical background of the Roosevelt dime adds depth to its collectible appeal. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was a revered leader who guided the country through the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy was cemented through this enduring coin series. The 1984 issue came decades after the original design was introduced, but still carried the same symbolism and respect for the ideals that Roosevelt represented. Collecting such a coin is not only about ownership but also about honoring a period in American history and the vision of a president who left a lasting mark on the nation. Market value for a 1984 D Roosevelt dime in good condition fluctuates depending on collector demand and the coin's specific qualities. While not among the rarest dimes, this issue can still fetch several dollars above face value for collectors who want a complete set from the 1980s. Coins in good condition are often priced modestly, but because of the historical context and the D Mint mark, which sometimes commands a slight premium, the value can be higher for coins that are well preserved. Numismatists look at details like luster, strike, and wear when determining a fair market price, which means that even small differences can impact the final value significantly. The artistry of the 1984 D Roosevelt dime is remarkable when studied closely. The sculptor John Arsenic, who designed the original dime, created a piece that balanced elegance with simplicity. Roosevelt's portrait is realistic yet dignified, and the reverse torch, olive, and oak branches convey a timeless message of enlightenment and strength. The coin's size and composition make it practical for everyday use while also appealing to collectors who appreciate the craftsmanship and attention to detail that went into each strike at the mint. It is this blend of utility and beauty that gives the dime enduring relevance. Collecting 1984 Roosevelt dimes has become an interesting hobby for many Americans because it combines history, artistry, and financial interest. Coins from this period are relatively accessible, which allows new collectors to start a collection without huge investment while still feeling connected to a broader narrative of American coinage. The process of acquiring, examining, and preserving these dimes can be educational and satisfying, offering insight into both the economy of the 1980s and the legacy of Roosevelt himself. The D mint mark adds another layer of specificity that collectors enjoy tracking and comparing across different years. The rarity of the 1984 Roosevelt dime is relative, but its appeal is enhanced by condition and provenance. Coins in good condition are not exceedingly common since many circulated heavily over the decades. The fact that a coin has survived with readable details and minimal damage contributes to its value and makes it a noteworthy addition to any collection. While it does not reach the heights of earlier rare issues from the 1940s or 1950s, it still occupies an important place in the continuum of the Roosevelt dime series and serves as a tangible link to American history. For those considering investing in 1984 Roosevelt dimes, understanding the broader market is essential. The value can fluctuate based on interest from collectors, metal prices, and overall condition of coins available. The good condition coin often strikes a balance between affordability and collectability, allowing enthusiasts to enjoy ownership without excessive expenditure. Historical knowledge combined with careful examination can help identify coins that may appreciate in value over time, making them both a historical artifact and a potential asset for the future. In conclusion, the 1984 Roosevelt dime is much more than a small piece of silver-colored metal. It embodies the legacy of a president who led the country through challenging times and represents decades of American numismatic history. Collectors and enthusiasts alike value the coin for its design, condition, and connection to the past. Owning such a coin allows one to appreciate craftsmanship, history, and the evolving story of the United States while participating in a hobby that blends education, investment, and personal enjoyment, making the 1984 Roosevelt dime a remarkable example of enduring American coinage. Next up, the 1986 Roosevelt dime is a remarkable piece of United States coinage that holds both historical and numismatic significance. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt following his passing and was designed by the renowned sculptor John R. Sinek. The obverse of the dime features a dignified portrait of Roosevelt with finely detailed features and a strong sense of leadership, while the reverse showcases a torch symbolizing liberty flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence. This design has remained largely consistent over the decades, becoming one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1986 Roosevelt dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark, and is composed primarily of a copper core with a thin layer of nickel. The coin, in old circulated condition, often shows signs of wear and tear on the high points of the design, but still carries its full historical value for collectors and enthusiasts alike. These dimes were produced in enormous quantities to meet the daily needs of commerce, yet certain years like 1986 have seen coins survive in exceptional condition, which makes them more desirable for collectors and investors interested in building a diverse coin collection. Collectors are often drawn to the 1986 Roosevelt dime not only for its historical significance, but also for the story it tells about American life during the 1980s. This was a period marked by economic change and technological advancement, and the coins of this era reflect the steady continuation of national symbols such as the Torch of Liberty. The 1986 dime serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of President Roosevelt and the values he championed, including hope, determination, and service to the nation. The subtle details in the coin design reveal the artistry and precision of United States minting practices during this period. In the world of numismatics, condition plays a key role in determining the value of a coin. Even a dime from 1986 in circulated condition can hold value beyond its face value because of its metal content, collectability, and rarity of certain specimens. The old condition of the coin you may have indicates it has been part of everyday transactions and carries with it a story of countless hands and countless exchanges, making it a tangible piece of history. The patina and slight wear are often appreciated by collectors as they add character and authenticity to the coin and highlight the passage of time. Market value for a 1986 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark in circulated or old condition generally ranges from slightly above face value to several dollars, depending on exact wear and demand. Among collectors, coins that are exceptionally well preserved or have unique characteristics may fetch higher prices at auctions or in private sales. The dime is not considered one of the rarest issues, but its appeal lies in its connection to the broader Roosevelt dime series and the way it represents continuity in American coinage over decades. It is a versatile coin that can fit well into any collection of modern United States coins, or be the starting point for a deeper study into 20th century coinage. The history of the Roosevelt dime itself is deeply intertwined with the legacy of President Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His face on the dime symbolizes leadership, courage, and the ideals of public service and social progress. The decision to honor Roosevelt on the dime was influenced by his association with the March of Dimes campaign, which fought polio and improved public health in America. The 1986 issue carries forward this tribute decades after the first release and reminds collectors of the humanitarian and political achievements of Roosevelt. Understanding the production process of the 1986 dime gives additional insight into its value and historical importance. The coin was struck using high pressure on specially prepared dies, which ensured consistent detail and quality across millions of pieces. The Philadelphia Mint has a long history of producing coins for circulation and collectors, and the 1986 dime is a testament to their craftsmanship and dedication to producing reliable currency for everyday use. This attention to detail is visible even on coins in old circulated condition, and is part of what makes collecting Roosevelt dimes so rewarding. For enthusiasts interested in building a collection, the 1986 Roosevelt dime is a key addition because it represents a transitional era in modern American coins. It bridges the gap between earlier mid-century issues and the contemporary coins in circulation today. Collectors often compare the wear patterns of coins from the 1980s to understand how circulation affects different series, and the 1986 dime offers an ideal example of a coin that has seen decades of use yet retains the recognizable features of Roosevelt and the iconic reverse design. Numismatic research also highlights the role of coins like the 1986 Roosevelt dime in preserving national memory. The dime serves not just as currency but as a historical document that tells the story of American values, artistic design, and government minting techniques. Its enduring presence in wallets and coin albums around the country keeps the memory of Roosevelt alive and offers a tactile connection to the past for modern collectors and history enthusiasts alike. This dual function as both money and memory makes the 1986 dime an object of fascination for many. Finally, the 1986 Roosevelt dime in old condition is more than just a coin. It is a piece of living history. It reminds us of the continuity of American ideals, the skill of United States minting, and the lasting legacy of one of the nation's most influential presidents. Whether valued for its collectability, its historical significance, or simply its connection to the everyday life of Americans, the dime continues to captivate those who study and treasure United States coinage. It is a small object with a large story, and its presence in a collection adds depth, richness, and perspective to the ongoing appreciation of coins as cultural and historical artifacts. Next up, the 1990 Roosevelt dime is a small piece of American history and a remarkable example of the coins that have circulated in the United States for decades. This dime features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side, a design that was first introduced in 1946 following Roosevelt's death, and it quickly became an iconic representation of his legacy. The P Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the oldest and most historic mints in the United States. The coin is composed primarily of a copper core with a layer of copper and nickel, giving it a distinct metallic feel and a weight that is instantly recognizable to collectors and numismatists alike. The history of the Roosevelt dime begins with its introduction to honor President Roosevelt, who had led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and who had been a strong advocate for the March of Dimes campaign, which aimed to combat polio. The design of the dime was carefully selected by the United States Mint, and it has remained remarkably consistent over the years, making the coin both familiar and treasured by those who study and collect coins. The 1990 issue continues this proud tradition and retains all the classic features that make Roosevelt dime so beloved, including the detailed engraving of Roosevelt's face and the clean lettering of the date and mint mark. Collectors often seek coins like the 1990 Roosevelt dime because they represent a tangible connection to the past. Even though the coin is not exceedingly rare, its value can increase depending on its condition and grade. A coin in nice condition like this one is highly sought after by collectors who appreciate coins that have been well preserved over the decades and that retain their original luster. The surface of the coin should exhibit minimal wear and the intricate details of Roosevelt's hair. Eyes and collar should be clearly visible and sharp, which adds to its desirability and market value. The market value of a 1990p Roosevelt dime in nice condition today varies depending on the buyer and the condition of the coin. A well-preserved specimen can typically fetch a few dollars above its face value, while coins that have exceptional quality or have been professionally graded by reputable grading companies can command even higher prices. This makes owning such a coin both a pleasure for collectors who enjoy the beauty and history of coins and a modest investment that may appreciate over time as older coins become scarcer and more sought after. The design of the Roosevelt dime also includes a reverse side featuring a torch symbolizing liberty, an olive branch representing peace, and an oak branch symbolizing strength. These symbols were carefully chosen to represent the values that Roosevelt championed during his presidency, and to give the coin a sense of dignity and importance. The combination of these symbols with a portrait of Roosevelt creates a coin that is both beautiful and meaningful, a small work of art that carries a powerful message about American history and ideals. For those interested in coin collecting, the 1990p Roosevelt dime offers an accessible entry point into the world of numismatics. It is a coin that is easy to find in circulation yet still holds historical significance and collector interest. By studying coins like this one, collectors can learn about the history of the United States, the evolution of coin design, and the work of the United States Mint, and they can also develop an appreciation for the meticulous craftsmanship that goes into each coin produced for circulation or for collectors. Many collectors also enjoy researching the mintage numbers for coins like the 1990p Roosevelt dime. Understanding how many coins were produced in a given year and at a particular mint helps collectors gauge the relative rarity and potential value of a coin. While the 1990p dime was minted in large numbers, it is the condition and preservation that often determine the coin's appeal and worth. Collectors look for coins with minimal scratches, dings, or discoloration, and coins that retain their original shine are considered more valuable and desirable for collections. Another fascinating aspect of the Roosevelt dime is its enduring design that has changed very little since 1946. This consistency allows collectors to appreciate variations between different years and mints and to compare coins across decades. The 1990p dime fits perfectly into this continuum, offering a snapshot of the coinage during the late 20th century and allowing collectors to connect with both the artistry of the past and the tangible history of everyday American life. The coin serves as a reminder of the role that small objects can play in preserving memories and history for future generations. The appeal of the 1990p Roosevelt dime extends beyond collectors and historians. It is also a coin that is familiar to millions of Americans who have used it in daily life. The tactile experience of holding a dime, its weight and size, its metallic sound, and the detailed features of Roosevelt's portrait make it a unique object that bridges the past and present. The coin carries stories of commerce, travel, and daily transactions, all while commemorating an influential president who left a lasting impact on the nation. Finally, owning a 1990p Roosevelt dime in nice condition is a way to celebrate both the artistry and history of American coinage. It is a coin that can be cherished for its design, its historical significance, and its modest market value, and it offers collectors an opportunity to participate in the rich tradition of numismatics. By studying and preserving coins like this one, enthusiasts keep history alive and ensure that the legacy of President Roosevelt and the craftsmanship of the United States Mint continue to be appreciated for generations to come. Next up, the 1996 Roosevelt dime is a remarkable piece of United States coinage that carries both historical significance and modern appeal for collectors and numismatists alike. This one dime coin, minted in Denver as indicated by the D Mint mark, represents a continuation of the Roosevelt dime series, which was first introduced in 1946 following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the coin has remained a staple of American currency for decades. The 1996 edition is particularly noteworthy because it reflects the minting standards of the late 20th century, when coin production focused on both durability and aesthetic precision. The coin is composed of a clad composition with a copper core and a layer of nickel on the outside, which gives it the familiar silver appearance that has become synonymous with dimes across the nation. Collectors seeking the 1996 D Roosevelt dime often appreciate the flawless details found on the obverse side, where the profile of President Roosevelt is engraved with a high level of artistry that captures the dignity and determination of one of America's most influential leaders. The inscriptions around the profile include "Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust," and the year 1996, along with the D Mint mark, which not only denotes the location of production, but also adds to the uniqueness and collectability of the coin, as coins from different mints may have subtle variations that make them desirable to coin enthusiasts. The reverse side features the classic torch, olive branch, and oak branch design, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, which has remained unchanged since the coin's inception and continues to resonate with those who value the symbolism and heritage of American coinage. An uncirculated 1996 D Roosevelt dime holds particular appeal in the numismatic market because it has never entered general circulation and thus retains its original mint luster and sharp details, which can be lost over time through handling, and where the coin's surface reflects the quality control and craftsmanship of the United States Mint in Denver. And such coins are highly sought after by collectors who are looking to preserve a pristine example of a late 20th century dime. The uncirculated condition also means that the coin can command a premium in today's market, especially if it exhibits no signs of scratches or blemishes and maintains its original sheen and weight. The history of the Roosevelt dime series is deeply connected to the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His advocacy for public service and his establishment of the March of Dimes to combat polio made him an enduring figure worthy of commemoration. On the 10-cent coin, the decision to place his portrait on the dime was both a tribute to his humanitarian efforts and a recognition of his impact on American society and the economy, and the 1996 D-Dime continues this tradition by honoring his memory and offering a tangible piece of history to collectors and the general public alike. Market values for the 1996 D Roosevelt dime vary depending on the coin's condition and rarity in collector circles. While common circulated examples may be worth only a small premium over face value, uncirculated specimens like the one described here can fetch several dollars, and in some cases collectors may pay a higher price if the coin exhibits exceptional luster or comes from a desirable mint set. The coin's value is also influenced by demand within the numismatic community and trends in coin collecting, which have grown significantly over the past few decades as more people recognize the historical and aesthetic value of U.S. coins from the 20th century. For content creators, the 1996 D Roosevelt dime provides an excellent topic to explore because it combines history, artistry, and investment potential in one small but significant coin. Videos can focus on the coin's background, production process, and design elements, while also discussing its market value and tips for collectors who are looking to acquire uncirculated specimens. The story of Roosevelt and his connection to the March of Dimes can be woven into the narrative to provide a richer context and connect viewers with the human story behind the coin, which often resonates strongly with audiences. The 1996 D Roosevelt dime also serves as a gateway to broader discussions about coin collecting and numismatics in general, as it can lead to exploration of other mint years and variations within the Roosevelt dime series, the differences between Philadelphia and Denver mint coins, the significance of proof coins and special mint sets, and the impact of coin composition changes over time are all topics that naturally extend from examining a single uncirculated dime and can help viewers gain a deeper appreciation for the hobby and for the craftsmanship that goes into every coin produced by the United States Mint. Collectors often pay attention to minute details such as the sharpness of Roosevelt's features, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the smoothness of the coin's rim, which all contribute to its overall grade and value. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is commonly used to assess uncirculated coins, and a 1996 D dime that ranks at the higher end of the scale could be considered a premium collectible. The grading process adds another layer of intrigue and educational value for content, as it demonstrates the meticulous care and attention required to maintain the integrity of historical coins. In addition to its monetary and historical value, the 1996 D Roosevelt dime has a sentimental appeal as it represents a tangible connection to the past and to a period of American history that continues to influence the present. Collectors often enjoy sharing the stories behind their coins, and the 1996 dime provides a perfect example of how a small object can encapsulate broader themes of leadership, perseverance, and national pride. The uncirculated condition enhances this experience by offering a coin that looks almost as it did the day it left the mint, providing a direct window into the craftsmanship and standards of the time. Finally, the 1996 D Roosevelt dime remains a highly collectible coin for both novice and experienced collectors alike. Its combination of historical significance, artistic design, uncirculated condition, and connection to one of America's most revered presidents ensures that it will continue to attract attention and maintain its market value in the years to come. By sharing this information through YouTube videos, content creators can educate, entertain, and inspire viewers to explore the fascinating world of coin collecting while appreciating the enduring legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the artistry of the United States Mint. Thanks for watching.